मदज्ञानतिमिरसंहरण शुभकारिणी शरणुवाणी सत्यदीपाङ्कुरज्योतिशारदा सुदिव्यतेजोमयि सरस्वती स्मरामि।
Forward. We clutter our lives with too many things without even realizing it. Then we start feeling the burden of having to deal with these things and feel busy and exhausted. I wondered, why do we humans do that? I just wanted to explore it a little further and see if we can understand the mechanics of it so that we can start afresh with a clean slate. Ravi Gurapadi, Chapter 1. Why do we clutter our lives? I found that we have an inherent need to do activity and feel busy or fully occupied. There is restlessness if there is nothing to do. It's very easy to prove this. Just suddenly, out of the blue, take tomorrow off. From work, college, family, friends, whatever you are involved in as a daily activity. Nothing to do. Just sit by yourself. Don't go out. Don't cook. Just order some simple food. You will know what I am talking about. Most of us would go crazy in half an hour. For the last 7 years, I have been trying to understand this riddle and try to find solutions to the basic human needs and how to go beyond them. Not easy. Just ask someone who is in the thick of things. What I mean is, in the peak of their career. So many things to do. The more you do, the more you are appreciated and promoted to the next level. Ask them if they want to spend a day with you just like that. They would talk about the 100 things they have to do and how the world would not function if they are not there. The whole world is revolving around them. They take pride in saying so. What if you fall dead tonight? What will happen to all your activities tomorrow? We never ask that question. It is too scary. Just to take a personal example, I asked a friend if he wanted to go to Goa with me. He gave all kinds of reasons as to why it is almost impossible to take a week off. The things at work, family obligations, etc. The desire to go is there, but you can't clear your plate for a week. There is a sense of importance we get that is in some way keeping us going. It comes back to the craving for importance and having a meaning to our lives. Because we cannot really find a meaning to our lives, we fill it with whatever meaning we can come up with and try to keep ourselves busy doing that. We consider whatever we are doing as significant and what someone else is doing as trivial. Some people have a financial angle. If you earn more than another, or if you have a bigger house, bigger car, etc., then you feel good. Till that happens, you are working relentlessly towards that superficial goal. I have seen in reality shows how parents are crying and saying, "My child is fulfilling my dream." There are tears and hugs and all the emotional drama. If your child is fulfilling your dreams, what is your life's purpose, your child? What if she kicks you out once she is married and her spouse doesn't like you? Game over. We have seen a lot of this, right? Suddenly the other drama of the children being the villains and not taking care of the parents comes into play. If your child is fulfilling your dream, what is wrong with you? What is the purpose of your life? Why are you mortgaging your life to your child's success, which is tied to your dreams? It is one thing to go out of the way to support your child's dream, which all parents do, or most parents do. But your dreams are your business. It has nothing to do with your child. You better figure out your life. The same works in the reverse as well. The children have expectations of their parents. As long as they are dependent on the parents, there are complaints and complaints and complaints. How they didn't do this or that, to support them in their aspirations. The moment the parents are dependent on them, they start dictating terms to them. You have to be this way or that way, or else it is embarrassing to us. Why the hell do we have such expectations from one another? Why can't we figure our lives out by ourselves and do something which makes sense to us? Good, bad, ugly, right or wrong, our life is our business. It is okay till we are dependent as a child and have to put up with whatever situation we are born into. From the time we have grown up enough to think for ourselves, we have to take responsibility for our life. All this or similar drama, with a little bit of variation, is the reason for us to clutter our lives with activity. We would like to feel that we are important, and a lot is at stake. We think, if we are not there, the world will come to a stop. No, it won't. Don't have any doubts about it. It will be absolutely fine. Some close ones will feel sad for a few days, and everybody goes about their life. You are history. Before you become history, don't you want to write the history? Instead of someone else writing your history, write your own autobiography, one day at a time. Carve each day into a masterpiece. Understand the subtlety of life. Chapter 2. Life is in its subtlety. The beauty and grandeur of life is always in its subtlety. Look at anything or anyone that appeals to you. It has a subtler aspect to it. Take a Sachin Tendulkar or a Virat Kohli in cricket. We always talk about the cover drive and the straight drive. Simple shots, right? But look at the precision and timing with which they play the shot. That's the beauty. And it takes years of practice and dedication to the craft to be able to play that shot against the best of bowlers in the world. Take Tom Brady or Joe Montana in American football. How can they find the right person and throw the ball to them in a split second and get a touchdown? Take Michael Jordan in basketball. With so many defenders surrounding him, how can he find a way to jump in the air and shoot a three-pointer? Classical music is another example of a subtle art form. It takes years of practice for the singer or musician to be pitch perfect. There is a certain joy in singing the notes perfectly and singing different ragas so that they depict the mood and emotion. If you have listened to Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia's flute or M.S. Gopalakrishnan's violin, it's absolute magic. M.S. Gopalakrishnan mentioned in one of his concerts that he practices 14 hours every day. That is when he was in his 70s. It is not an overnight thing. It takes years or decades of sadhana to attain that level of precision and subtlety in a craft. Classical Hatha Yoga is another example of a subtle craft. It takes years of practice to perfect each posture so that your body becomes subtle enough to align itself with the larger cosmos. Either you can live your life very grossly and be happy with the superficial pleasures of life, or try to invest time and energy to explore the subtler aspects of life. You cannot explain the joy of getting subtler to someone who is rooted in the superficial level of living. You cannot reason with them. Unless you get lucky to experience it, you won't be drawn to it. The internal longing to expand and to want more is inherent. But it takes a cheap and ugly and superficial turn if you don't look at the subtler aspects of life. In the context of uncluttering our lives, from the clutter we created around us, we can look at a few areas where we can use this understanding. When you are trying to start afresh with a clean slate, this time you are not learning the alphabets of a language, but the alphabets of living a richer, more joyful living. For whatever reason, we fell into the trap of living superficially. Now that we have gotten the sense to write our life story from this point forward, let us make it fun and joyful, even if we are sweating it out. Use the reset points for a fresh start.
There are many reset points we have in daily life: a festival, birthday, New Year, etc. You can use them to make a fresh start. Pick a date that is closest to you and make the necessary preparation to shed the unnecessary clutter by that date. Let us say your birthday is in 10 days and you have made this decision to unclutter. Take the next 10 days to plan out and get rid of what you need to, and have a plan for a new start from your birthday. You can use any date that is nearby that works. A new year might be a good date, but if it is too far away, you don't have to wait for it, and in the process, slip back into an unproductive routine. I have also noticed that some days are very conducive for change, where nature supports us to make a positive shift in our lives in ways we don't understand. Usually the months of July and December/January during winter are considered very conducive. That is why we have many religions that have festivals and practices that are designed for this period. I have noticed that the Navratri period is conducive for fasting. I fast for 9 days, with just lemon water and honey. I tried doing the same at some other time, and was hungry by the first evening and had to give up and eat. But during Navratri, some extra support and grace is in the air, and it helps you. Not to be rubbing my religious beliefs, but you can experiment with whatever works for you to make some positive changes in your life. Whatever religion, culture, belief, faith, philosophy, or science you follow, if there are some days that are supposed to be auspicious and conducive, use them. If they say the stars are aligned, gods will help you, or astrologically it is a good period, or scientifically the planets are in a good place, just experiment and see. If it works for you, use it. Why not? We don't want to be dogmatic about a ritual that we don't understand. But what is wrong in experimenting with it? If it works, keep it. If not, discard it. There are many areas beyond our current level of comprehension. Acknowledge them and accept your ignorance in many areas of life. What matters is our ultimate goal, which is to enhance our experience of life. We want to break some old patterns and start afresh.
Too much good is not so good. Too much of good stuff is also a clutter. If you tend to rush through one good thing because you have to do another good thing, what good is it? Do one good thing well. You can do other good things another day. If you reduce the clutter of what you consider as bad and fill it up with what you consider as good, you are essentially making the same mistake. A clutter is clutter, whether it's filled with good things or bad things. What we are trying to achieve is a certain clarity and sincerity with which we go about life. We want to be lightweight. When we do something, there should be a certain beauty to it. As Swami Chinmayananda used to say, it's not about what you do, but about how you do what you do. So beautifully said. Let me give you a personal example. With the kind of sadhana I do, in terms of yoga and kriyas, for 4 hours a day, I feel I have a lot of energy and 4 hours of sleep is plenty. So, I have 20 hours at hand in a day. What to do with these 20 hours? I wanted to have a lot of good things to keep me on track and in line with the direction I have taken in life. I started taking classes: Indian classical music vocal, Tuesday and Thursday evenings, art classes on Sunday, and Monday mornings, pottery class on Sunday morning, tabla class on Monday and Friday mornings, Kathak class on Tuesday mornings, flute classes on Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday nights. All good things, right? In the same direction as I want to move in my life. But it was too much good stuff. Neither could I enjoy them, nor could I sustain my interest in them. It started feeling like a burden to run from one class to another, and it was also impacting my yoga and meditation.
Slowly, I started taking out one class at a time and now left with just one class, which I am enjoying. We want to be conscious to not allow another clutter, good or bad, to fill the void created by emptying the previous clutter. What to keep and what to discard. How do we decide what to keep and what to discard? It is a difficult choice. We have chosen a field of activity out of our choice, right? Not entirely true, because most of the time, it is done because that is the best thing that was available at that time. As we become more mature, the same activity may not have the same relevance in our life anymore. How do you know when something is outdated and is no longer contributing to the larger vision you have for your life? When you are drowned in activity, it is difficult to be aware of the signals. There are indicators that tell you that something is not right. Whenever there is too much chaos, the first thing to do is to slow down and pause. Recalibrate, unclutter, and plan afresh. Carve each day into a masterpiece.
Chapter 3. Carve each day into a masterpiece. What do I mean by that? Take some time off and have a plan for your life from that day going forward. It doesn't matter what you did so far. If everything is perfectly in place for you, fine. But that is not the case for 90% of us. If you feel that your life is cluttered and you want to unclutter, then start afresh. Something is bothering us, and we are quietly seeking for something else as a distraction. This new activity is not a well-planned and researched one. We try to ignore what is bothering us and try to fill our lives and our days with activity that is in the proximity, whatever is nearby. If in the job, working towards a promotion, an additional skill set that will be useful. We have heard this right. If you don't grow, you will stagnate. If you grow in your skill set at work, it will benefit the company you are working for. And of course, there is additional financial compensation. You can send your children to better schools. You can buy a bigger car and a house. Your wife can buy more jewelry. You can throw lavish parties. Where is the end to it? Do they really bring you fulfillment? I have been there, done that. Trust me, life doesn't work that way. One day you will end up wondering, why did I do all that and waste my life for so many years? I am assuming that you can relate to it because you picked this book based on the title and want to figure out some unresolved mysteries that are bothering you. Once you have come to a point of wanting to change something about your life significantly, it is important to slow down. It may not be possible to do things overnight, but slowly work towards it. The first step is to create some time for yourself, not related to anything, just for you. Project yourself to the point of your last breath. At that point, if someone asked you to summarize your life in about 10 minutes, what would you tell them? Just spend time to get this clarity. The 10 minutes of your last speech should drive your plans. There is a beautiful video on YouTube. It is called Randy Pausch's Last Lecture, Achieving Your Childhood Dreams. Just watch it. How beautifully someone can accept reality and live life to the fullest, knowing that they are going to die in a few months. Use that as an inspiration to value the life you have on hand and plan something beautiful for yourself from today on. Once you have some direction, you can start working towards it, one day at a time. One day is the logical chunk we can work with. 24 hours. Now these 24 hours have to give you pleasure, satisfaction, fulfillment, joy, ecstasy, just about everything you can think of. If this one day doesn't give you this, you will never get it at some point in the future when you achieve your big goals. This day is all you got, one day at a time. You might build the skills and tools
necessary to achieve your big goals. But this day is as important as the day you achieve your goal. If you approach it this way, now you are headed in the right direction. How can you make each day fulfilling? It is not about what you are doing on a particular day. One day, you could be doing something very significant at a material level, where you accomplish a lot of tangible things. Another day, you might be down with the flu and may not accomplish anything. Both the days are equally important. If you can achieve that equanimity, you got it. I am never going to tell you how to do anything. There are so many methods, so many teachers, so many wise people who do that. My intention with the book is to trigger a spark in you to take action. If you get the wood of your life dry and ready, this little spark can start a bonfire where you can have the party of your life. Most of my books have the underlying theme of being able to rebuild our lives from where we are, instead of blaming others for our current situation. Get the slate. For those of you who have not seen a slate, long ago, there used to be a small device called slate. You could Google to find out what it is and see pictures of it. It is also on the front cover of this book. Kindergarten kids used to write alphabets on it with a piece of chalk and then erase and rewrite, like the whiteboards or blackboards you have in schools and colleges now. Just a small notebook version of it. Start your life afresh with a clean slate. Let us quickly go through the basic steps. Step 1. You have come to the point of looking for answers beyond your current situation and want to do something about it. It doesn't matter how you came to this point. It could be out of curiosity. It could be because of a tragedy in your life, like a physical disability due to an accident, loss of a loved one, failure in an exam, getting fired from a job, quitting a job, breakup or divorce, etc. Step 2. You should be willing to invest your life into this process. This cannot be done part-time. It is a full-time commitment to the betterment of your life, to live it the best way you can. Step 3. Spend some time with yourself. Talk to people or read books, or listen to someone who you consider to be a wise person, and get inspiration and guidance. They could be your parents, relatives, or friends. But not always. Relationships have nothing to do with wisdom. If you think your elders are not wise, don't consult with them. Respect them, love them, take care of them, but don't trust them and their wisdom. If you don't think they are wise enough to advise you to where you want to be, find the right people and source. This is a very important step. If you can't find someone, trust yourself more than anyone else. Just spend honest time with yourself and figure things out. That is the best approach. Step 4. Create an action plan. The plan should include the skills you need to acquire, the daily practices to learn that will help in that direction, the new set of relationships you need to form, if any, etc. Step 5. Create a daily routine that supports your vision. Build flexibility into it. What is an ideal day? What are your backup plans if a day gets hijacked because of some emergency that takes up most of your time in dealing with that emergency? It could be at work, at home, or anywhere. If it is a day with no unforeseen events, what will my 24 hours be like? If it is a day with some minor interruptions, what practices do I skip? What is my minimal set? What is my full set? This is important because if you are living in this world, interruptions to your ideal routine are inevitable. You want to be able to have a good average of above 90% for your minimal set of practices and do the full practices when there are no interruptions. Let me give you a personal example here, not to intimidate you, but to share honestly. My daily yoga practices take 3 hours. My music practice takes 1 hour. My ideal day starts at 4 a.m. Take a shower. Guru Puja, Devi Puja, Shakti Chalana Kriya, Simha Kriya, Surya Kriya, Surya Shakti Yogasanas, Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya. Lunch around noon, no breakfast, skip lunch on Mondays. Do some writing. Take care of some chores. Practice music. Take a nap. Evening lighting a lamp for Devi. Watering the plants. Shunya meditation. Music class on a Tuesday and Thursday. Dinner around 7 p.m. Watch some news. Do some writing. Play chess. Sleep at around 11 p.m. Now this is my ideal day, which happens about 40 to 50% of the days. Some interruptions come in. Some family needs, doctor appointments, shopping, etc. On such days, I don't have the time to finish all my practices. So, my minimal set is Shakti Chalana Kriya, Sima Kriya, Yoga Sanas, 15 minutes of music practice. This happens about 90% of the days. Now this is a crazy schedule for a retired idiot like me, who wants to explore life full time. You have to figure out what is best for where you are. Your age, your financial situation, your work situation, your family situation, your societal obligations, your relationships, etc. are different. There is nothing right or wrong here. We all are having this human experience, and we are all going to die one day. Just sharing my exploration so that you can get the necessary inspiration to live your life to the best of your ability. Don't regret at the end of your life that life just passed you by and you were a silent spectator. Take control of your life before it's too late and live it the best way you can design it. Carve each day into a masterpiece. Step 6. Be nice to yourself. Don't beat yourself up and be too harsh on yourself. If for some reason things are thrown at you that you cannot handle, and you cannot live your ideal day for a while, and you are not even able to do the minimal set of practices, just chill. You are not in any race. You planned something, and for reasons beyond your control, you are thrown off your course for some time. It could be days or weeks. That is okay. Take care of whatever you need to take care of in an emergency situation. Forget the routine, the practices, everything, till you have some breathing space before you restart. If you are not able to get back to your planned routine because of some physical injury, age-related issues, or some tragic events, pause. Start afresh with a clean slate again. It is not a one-time thing cast in stone. It is a continuous process of living. Recalibrate as needed. Step 7. Enjoy the journey. Who knows what is real, what is correct, what is good, what is bad, what is wise? It is all guesswork we humans come up with. It looks nice in books, scriptures, lectures, but your life, your reality is all yours. Only you can tell how it is. Just enjoy the journey. No goals, no destinations, nowhere to go. Life is here and now. All we know is the journey. If we are alive, the journey is on. Just enjoy the journey, no matter what. Just a quick recap of the steps. Step 1. You have come to the point of looking for answers beyond your current situation and want to do something about it. Step 2. You should be willing to invest your life into this process. This cannot be done part-time. It is a full-time commitment to the betterment of your life, to live it the best way you can. Step 3. Spend some time with yourself. Talk to people or read books, or listen to someone who you consider to be a wise person and get inspiration and guidance. Step 4. Create an action plan. The plan should include the skills you need to acquire, the daily practices to learn that will help in that direction, the new set of relationships you need to form, if any, etc. Step 5. Create a daily routine that supports your vision. Step 6. Be nice to yourself. Step 7. Enjoy the journey.
Acknowledgements. Eternally grateful to Ma Saraswati to let some beauty flow through me. To all the beautiful souls who enriched my life with their presence. Glossary. Navratri. A festival in Indian culture where the divine feminine is worshipped in many forms during the 9 days called Navratri. Cricket. The players I referred to in this sport are from India. American football, basketball. The players I referred to in this sport are from the US. Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia, M.S. Gopalakrishnan are famous musicians from India